Welcome everybody to this. I guess it's not really impromptu, but it's a little different than planned podcast this evening. Originally, we had planned for Kris's older brother Erik to join us, but Kris is kind of stuck in the mountains near Denver. I guess there's a bridge that went out or something. I don't know, but he can't make it in
He's
time.
safe.
Yeah, he's safe.
He's stuck in traffic.
Yeah. Everything's
You're
okay.
going off there.
Yeah. But so we had to kind of lay off the curveball, I guess you could say it. But you know what's something we didn't mention, you guys? I don't think we mentioned it on podcast, but we've been doing this for over a year now.
Yeah, I thought we should have figured out our first episode and kind of had like a
Well, if you guys follow our Facebook page, I resubmitted or Facebook, what do you call it? Facebooked out, I guess.
Yeah.
Our first ever episode. So come a long way.
Yeah. It's I mean, just thinking about and I don't listen to any of the stuff that we redo, really. I'm kind of
I don't
know. But this is pretty cool, and I think maybe we'll do something. We got episode 50 here in 5 episodes, it looks like. Maybe we'll do a little something for that. But yeah, just pretty cool to think about. I don't know, man. What are you guys up to? How was your guys' weekends? Mike, I know you just finished up kind of your first half of your season, huh?
Yeah, we played UW Superior this weekend. We won in a shootout, which was, I don't know, pretty cool. It was like our second shootout of the year, but this one actually counted. So in our league, anyways, it's a 3-on-3 overtime for 5 minutes. We had a few chances. They had a few chances to score, and then after, if it's still a tie, then it goes to a 3-man shootout. We actually went 5 rounds, so we ended up winning in the 5th round for the shootout, which is really cool. Last night didn't go well, but they're a really good team. Like, they were ranked at the start of the year, so it was obviously good to get in the win column.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a much needed kind of break, I would say. COVID's hit us a little hard over the past 2 weeks, I would say, here. So it'll be nice, just to get away, honestly, just get away from each other for a little bit and spend some time with family and friends. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of recruiting coming up this upcoming weekend, which will be good to be, back on the road doing that. But then we, I forgot to send Jeremy the picture. Didn't do too much today. Henry and I built a giant snowman, so pretty cool. Backyard. So
how much snow did you get up there?
I don't think we got as much as you got. Or did Reedsburg get much snow?
Yeah, we got quite a bit of snow. Yeah,
I don't think we got as much, but we got a fair amount here. But we had fun.
Was that his first snowman?
No. But probably the best one.
That thing was pretty big. Yeah.
So Mike, you and a lot of times, I can tell. By the way, I bought $250 worth of Northern College hockey apparel.
Woo!
$250, all Nike, really cool stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, I got my brother some stuff too, so it's not all for me, but just really cool. But I know it's kind of funny because I know when your games are. You just type in NC and then it has your 21-22 schedule pop up and I know when your games are, and I'll know when you're doing good or when you're doing bad because you don't say a word when you don't win. So I'm like, I'm not even going to bother asking how the game went because I know.
Yeah.
And but you've had 3 separate goalies win games this year.
Yeah.
And
our starter, who's a great kid, he's a sophomore. He actually got hurt, so we had our third string goalie because our backup had COVID. So all of last week we were practicing with one goalie. So it was cool. He's a senior too, so it was really cool for him to get the win.
Cool. So, yeah, he'll never forget that. Yeah, that's for sure.
So
cool, Matt. What's up with you, man?
Not a whole lot, honestly. Friday night, we got some snow. I think we got like 6 inches. Saturday morning,
You had a nice cup of cocoa this morning. I saw.
No, that was yesterday morning.
Oh,
Coffee.
yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Coffee. Okay.
Yeah. Had the fire going. I'm an early riser, so it was pitch dark out still. Christmas
Snow on the ground.
Yeah, Christmas tree on, fire on. I took care of all that, and then with some family and some family friends, we did a little pub crawl here in La Crosse.
Really?
Yesterday, yeah. We went to one. Jay Green, I remember where we ate when you came up?
Yeah, upstairs. You went there?
Yeah, we went there. We stopped there. It's called the Starlight Lounge.
Yeah.
Did that. Watched women's volleyball, which we'll talk about. And then today we we actually have 3 cars between me and my wife, Sarah. And so in the wintertime, we park a car. Like if you're parking regular cars this way, we actually park one like this in the back of our garage. So we actually spent a little time this morning cleaning out the garage to get that set up for next week. We're going to put that in next week. Then just watch some Red Zone. The early slate was pretty boring, actually. I don't know if you guys saw some of those scores. But actually this one right here, these couple of games here are turning out to be pretty good. So we'll see what happens. And then obviously the big one tonight. So which we'll talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here shortly. For me, I guess, just the usual slate of hockey games. First full week in my old school, still loving it. But had a baptism yesterday for my niece Winnie, sister Jody's second daughter. Yeah, I guess we'll jump into our RWD in a little bit. But unfortunately, I had the baptism, so we missed a Christmas. We have a Christmas party. Do you guys do a Christmas party type deal, Mike, for Northland, or no?
No, the guys do like a Secret Santa, but we're like coaches aren't involved with that.
Yeah,
and it's cool because like we did that like when Matt and I played at Northland too. So
yeah,
they do it like after Christmas though. So I think they go like when they're at home,
do you get
they
to be
pick
a part
names
of it,
before they go home. No, we don't. No.
Okay. Cool.
So
probably something fun.
Yeah, no, I saw some pictures. It was on.
Yeah, I saw some too.
Guys were singing like Christmas songs and stuff or something.
Yeah, it's all about just the camaraderie and just making a good time
That's
out of
cool.
it and memories and whatnot. So, but yeah, here's a question for you guys. Yeah, as we jump into the Packers like we usually do right after the intros. I don't remember our conversation about it, and I didn't really put this. It wasn't really on our quick itinerary that we kind of had to come up with here, but when you talk about like, I don't want to say, I don't know what you'd call it, taunting or making fun of or making light of, making a joke. When Rodgers said the "I own you" comment to the Bears, and obviously you play the Bears here in an hour or so. These type of things, they come full circle, right? Do you guys think it's obvious? I would, if Matt Nagy knows how he's coaching, he'd be using this as motivation, right? If the players don't already know or already are using it themselves. But do you think he should or should not have said that? I'm thinking about it now. Just thinking about even if he had said it after this game and knowing that, well, you're going to probably play them again. Do you guys kind of know what I'm trying to describe here?
Yeah, well, you got to put yourself in his situation. Like there was a picture, he literally had 50 Bears fans just flipping him the bird after he scored that touchdown. So like obviously he was, emotion played a huge factor into that. But if they had a good coach, like that's debatable what they have right
board
now.
material.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that he deserves to say. He does own them. Like him and Favre. God, I'd have to look, but it's got to be some crazy record against the Bears.
Weren't they saying that before it was Favre and Rodgers, the Packers in the series were down by
I believe
30
so.
games or something, and now the Packers lead the series.
Yeah,
right.
I believe that.
The all-time series.
And so actually, I saw on Twitter just right before we got on here, a Chicago sports broadcast was their last 10 minutes of the segment. They pretty much were saying that they should hurt Rodgers, which is pretty gutty. Oh yeah. I was
but that's like the Vikings that will.
Yeah.
When it was Anthony Barr, who broke Rodgers' collarbone. That's part of their history. They show that replay before.
Oh
games
yeah.
It's crazy.
The downfall of the Packers is somebody else's celebration.
Exactly. But how I'm not saying that I want them obviously to lose tonight. But if we did lose, how funny would it be if Bears ownership was you know what? Maybe we should keep Nagy. Let's keep Pace, and let's just got the big win.
Maybe long term, it's best for us just to lose. Tonight, huh?
But you can almost say the same thing to a Mike Zimmer too, because At the end of the day, though, what have the Vikings done in his time there? I know they made the to go to the Super Bowl, the NFC Championship game. Was that 4 or 5 years ago, maybe? And then they got destroyed to go to the Super Bowl or whatever it was. But other than that, he's really. I mean, the Packers have pretty much won. I mean, there were a couple years where the Vikings won the division, but other than that, what exactly has he done to that organization? I guess
if you look at his record, which is really weird, he'll have 1 year where the Vikings will win 6 games, and then the next year they'll win 10. Then the year after that they'll win 7 games, and then after that it's 9. So it's just up down, up down.
Well, and it's kind of the conversation. Well, I guess it's mostly Kris and I, but and we can bring it up when he's here too. But kind of the addition by subtraction type deal sometimes. So when we talked about Jair Alexander coming back, right? And this is a good conversation for us to have right now because I think we're starting to get some pieces back. But Eric Stokes has played very nicely. Very nicely. That sounded stupid. But Rasul Douglas has made some big plays.
Yeah.
Big plays. Obviously, you want Jair on the field if he's healthy. But talking about kind of with coaching, the same thing. You got this up and down type standings with the Bears, but how do you know that the next guy's going to be any better, or is going to be dramatically worse? So I don't know. It's why mess with something that
that's going good.
Okay, this, the Vikings case. It's okay.
True. And I think
worse.
I know this isn't. Do you think that the Vikings will hold on to Zimmer another year and see what the division looks if Rodgers leaves? I mean, Zimmer is a great defensive coordinator. He is great with the defense.
But how can you say it? Look at their defense this year.
Well, I know, but even Rodgers has praised them, saying how hard it is to play against him.
He's probably praising him so they don't fire him.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I think if he gets fired, somebody will pick him up.
That's funny.
They probably would, but I guess going back to Jeremy's thing, I guess from my perspective, from this year's team, I would feel different if it were a offense. I still don't feel like our offense is really rolling like it should.
No.
So if say Adams was out, and obviously getting a guy like him back in would be a big difference, or even MVS was out for a couple of weeks there. I don't know. I guess the offense is a little bit harder to judge, but the biggest thing is the Packers defense has been rolling for the most part. So now that's a good point. That's a really good point. And it could obviously either go one of two ways. It's either going to be really, really good, or it probably does have a chance to kind of blow up in the Packers' face a little bit, just because the guys have had that chemistry that have been rolling for the past 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks.
I think speaking about bringing guys back, I think the biggest position that I think that you might see is offensive lineman. Like when they bring Bakhtiari back, because they have to communicate so well, whereas compared to like you said, a wide receiver, you're not really depending on other guys necessarily.
That makes sense.
If you get what I'm saying,
yeah, no,
offensive line, you have to know, and I don't know what they're gonna do. Who's in left tackle right now? Yash, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So like, is he just gonna be out, or are they gonna kind of move a bunch of pieces around? Because I know like when Jenkins was there, if Bakhtiari came back, then Jenkins was gonna move inside. He's already obviously proved that he can do that, but I think that will be a big one. I think obviously we kind of brought it up. Jair started practicing, so I think he has 21 days before he has to play. Is that how that works?
Or you mean probably you probably dress?
Yeah,
right?
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually play, but yeah, we'd love to get some more comments of what you guys are thinking for a final score tonight. But
yeah,
no, I don't know. I guess from last year's team throughout the regular season, I just had a lot more juice. You're like, yeah, this team can actually do it. I guess I haven't been there yet with this Packers team this year.
Our offense was, weren't they like breaking records last year? I remember we had some crazy stat on opening drives where we put up a touchdown or points or something, like almost 70% of the time or something like that. But I think the biggest thing, which Jeremy, I think you maybe brought it up a week or two ago, is like our run game has not really been there. Like Jones used to crack off some long ones last year. Dylan has shown that he can. And so I think getting that run game going will obviously open up the wide receivers, but just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we are 20th in running the ball or something like that. But we'll see. Yeah. You know what, Drew? Not to pick on you here, but like, I never understood the term "bear down." Bear literally means down. Like if you're down, you're losing, right? You're out. Just dumb. But yeah, final scores, guys. What do you got?
I got 28-10 Packers. I don't think I just don't see the Bears offense rolling, really.
Matt, who do you got for offense and defense?
Offensive player, I'm going to go MVS. I think he's going to have a big game. Defense, I'm going to go with Rasul Douglas.
Okay.
Dang it, that was mine. It's going to be a tight one tonight. I got 28-24.
Ooh.
Packers. And I have, we're going to go A.J. Dillon on offense. And on defense, we're going to go Mr. Stokes. He's going to have a pick tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to
go
24-17 Pack. It just sounds like a Bears-Packers score. But
it does.
God, let's go. Let's go with DeGuara. I think he's going to have over 50 yards and a tutty. How about that? I also am desperate in a fantasy league and I had to pick him up, so that's also
win-win.
Defense, I'll go with Campbell. I really like that guy.
Yeah,
I do really like that guy. I think he brings a sense of leadership to the middle of the field defensively that we've needed for a while, or that we didn't have last year anyway. Sure. So moving forward, Badger football. Where are they playing and when again, Matt?
They are playing, I believe it is December 30th, if I remember correctly, and it's at like 9:30 at night in Vegas in the Las Vegas Bowl. They're playing Arizona State.
And who is this hosted by?
They're playing at the Raiders Stadium. That's all I know.
Isn't it called just the Lost?
There's a couple things before it. Someone's gonna look it up.
I'm looking it up right now.
But like, isn't this the Barstool one? That's what I was getting at.
No, they're that one is in Arizona.
SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl.
Yeah. They had to actually, I don't know if you guys saw this, they actually had to add another bowl this year because so many teams qualified. So they just randomly grabbed like a sponsor and just added a bowl.
Dude, that's like,
it's crazy.
Like if you're in the Big Ten and you're not playing in the Rose Bowl or
who's in that game?
In the Barstool one?
No, who's in the extra bowl game?
I would have to look it up. I mean, it's just two gross teams like that. We're probably 6-6.
It's probably like LSU and
they did make a bowl.
Yeah. There was a lot of mess with the college coaches there. Was that this 2 weeks ago now? That it's just a gigantic mess. But women's volleyball. You got some pretty big news there, huh?
Yeah. You guys want me to run through the Wisco report here quick?
Yep.
All right.
Open the binder up.
Yeah, I had to see it. Look it up here. We'll save the best for last. We'll start with men's basketball. They were ranked 22. Sorry. They won 64-59 Wednesday night against Indiana. Crazy game. It was tied for the biggest comeback in program history at 22 points. I legit almost shut it off at half. I was like, they're just getting their brakes blown off there.
Yeah.
Indiana actually hasn't won in the Kohl Center since 1998, which I believe.
That's insane.
I believe someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's when Bo Ryan actually took over. Yeah, that is crazy. It's crazy.
Because you think back of how strong of teams that they have had.
Indiana. Or wait, no, I think that was either Bo Ryan's first year or that was the year Bob Knight's last year. I don't remember which one. I heard it on the radio.
I don't think Bo Ryan started in 95.
Yes, 98. Yeah, so I think it was Bob Knight's last year that they won it. Yeah, so and then they lost Saturday 73-55 versus number 21 Ohio State. We were super cold shooting. Ohio State, they've actually beat 3 ranked teams in a row. They got some big boys on that squad. And with our young roster right now, it's just hard to compete with those guys. Upcoming, we actually play one game this week. Wednesday nights, we play Nichols at 7:00. I think we got a couple easy games here in the month of December until we start conference play in January. Men's hockey, they actually grabbed a win Friday night. They won 4-1 versus Penn State. And then they lost 5-4 in overtime versus Penn State Saturday.
Quick shout out to goaltending coach Shane Conley for retweeting my tweet on Friday. So
really,
thanks, Sean. Thanks, Shane.
And I believe Tony Granato got into. Did we talk about that last week?
Well, I don't briefly, but yeah, he got inducted into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame on Thursday. And geez, I want to say there's been a handful of Badgers that have gotten inducted into the U.S. one, anyways.
Yeah.
Just a few that have gotten inducted in the NHL one, but yeah, shout out to Tony.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Real quick, his journey is actually really cool.
Yeah,
just his coaching journey.
Upcoming, they actually have off until December 28th when they have the Quick Trip Holiday Tournament. I believe it is Providence, Bowling Green, and Yale that's in it. I don't know which 2 we play. I don't remember. I'd have to look, but it's actually at the Bucks Arena, Fizzard Forum, or however you say it. Women's hockey still number 1. They won 5-1 Friday versus Bemidji State. Won 5-2 Saturday versus Bemidji State. They are actually off until January 1st. So it seems like they kind of got a little Christmas break here for both squads. And then the big one, women's volleyball. They're in the NCAA tournament. They're actually the number 4 overall seed. They won 3-rip versus the 13 overall seed UCLA Thursday night. Wasn't even close. Won 3-0 versus number 12 overall Minnesota last night. Same thing.
Bye-bye Gophers.
Yeah, dominant performance.
Real quick to that. So Nebraska ended up beating the number 2 seed Texas last night. But I actually caught the end of that game with there were a bunch of coaches, but our volleyball coach was there. She's saying that, so we play Pittsburgh now, is it?
Louisville, number 1.
Louisville. She said that they're
they're
really good, huh?
Yeah. So they actually, so this is the 4th straight year Badgers are heading to the Final Four, which is crazy. So in the semis, they play a number 1 overall seed Louisville, who is actually 32-0 this year. They have not lost they've lost some sets, but they have not lost a match yet. And that's Thursday night at 6. I'd have to look again, but I believe that's on like ESPNU, maybe 2. I don't remember. And then the championship would be Saturday night at 6:30 versus the winner of number 10 overall Nebraska and number 3 overall Pittsburgh. It looks like it could be a pretty tough matchup Thursday night versus Louisville.
Yeah. Well,
never know.
You're gonna have to beat them sooner or later.
Exactly. 100%.
So, but that's how about women's hockey? Did you go through them yet already?
Yeah. Yep. Rank 1. They swept Bemidji State.
That's right. Okay.
Are they're still ranked 1 after only getting one out of 4 points
against Minnesota? Yeah. I looked it up. That was actually their first loss of the year, or no, second loss of the year last week. And I think Minnesota is ranked 3rd now. So still doing really good.
Okay.
So Wisconsin, what, volleyball school?
Volleyball school. I mean, they should be.
Women's hockey?
Yeah. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive. So, but I guess we'll go to the Beaver update. Hockey. We played Burg Tuesday. And they kind of, came with kind of a depleted squad, some grade issues, some people out eligible. So I think it was 8-1 or 8-0, something like 9-0, something like that. And then we, I'm trying to remember now.
Yesterday, Baldwin.
Yesterday I lost Baldwin, 5-3, and then went to Monroe Thursday night, and lost 8-1 there.
Did you get a rink dog?
I did. Those are really big beef hot dogs there.
Okay.
And,
not bad.
They were okay.
No gray in it.
There's
there's
no Viroqua gray.
Yeah, Viroqua. And I believe, Mike, you didn't comment back in the chat there. Jay Green threw a little dig at the Bay Area Civic Center's hot dogs up in Ashland.
Well,
what did you say? Say it live. Say it live, Jeremy. What'd you say?
Matt said you can determine a rink off its dog. And I was like, well, what's that say about Bay Area Civic dogs? It's awful. And I like Bay Area Civic Center. So anyway, women's basketball got a couple wins again, or girls basketball. Won a couple more.
Men's basketball, I saw this tweet.
Yeah.
That Jalen Roman, hopefully I said his name correctly, scored a basket with 2 seconds left. So Breedsburg beat Lacrosse Logan 54-53. So that's pretty cool. I think that was maybe Saturday.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But I guess that's all I had written down. Here I got a couple. We got a question for everybody. Go ahead. You got something, Mike?
No. Who do you guys have coming up here, and when's the Cheeseburger Classic?
Oh, good question. So we got a couple big games here. So Tuesday we go to Oregon. We play 2 of the top 3 lean point getters in the state. Oregon. Yep. So they got it's the change of the conferences, so they're in our conference now. And then Friday we got Sauk at home. So Sauk's just always really good. So yeah, it's a tough week. But to answer your question, Mike, we're on the road to Toma next Tuesday, and then the day after Christmas we start the Monk's Cheeseburger Classic in the Dells, where we actually open with a River Falls, kind of a unfamiliar team that we play with, so kind of cool. Yeah, so here's a question for everybody, and feel free to comment, feel free to text us, message back on social media, but the cool sports stadium, your guys' cool sports stadium, the one that you want to see the most, the one that you want to go to in person the most,
that you haven't been to,
that you haven't been to, and that you hear a lot about, that is historically prevalent, or that you just want to go because you think it's cool. You guys got yours or mine? I got mine. I can start if you want.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. So mine is Wembley Stadium. Now, Wembley Stadium is it's funny.
A pitch?
Well, it's good. It can be a pitch at times, yes. It's in London. And I think for me personally, growing up a soccer guy, still being a soccer guy, football guy, and there's probably no place like it, like that. Just I don't know how many thousands of people drunk from the tavern, from all the ales that they were drinking. I'm trying to sound put words in there, but yeah, no, that sounds. I mean, it just look up pictures. It's very cool. It's got one of those sliding glass tops, for the indoor-outdoor experience. And I think that's where the NFL goes each year for their Jaguars game.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jaguars game.
Yeah, seriously.
they're saying that because the teams are getting down there, that the Packers are going to have no choice to go there. But we'll see. So, you guys?
For me, I hate saying it, but I would like to go to Wrigley Field once. Even though I heard kind of, obviously how historic it is, but I heard it's kind of diminishing a little bit.
Dude, let's go this summer. Let's go.
Yeah. Ticket prices suck, but I think it'd be worth it.
Take a train down there or something.
Yeah. And my other one would probably be Michigan Stadium. If I remember right, I think that can hold. I think it's the biggest. I think it can hold the most people, if I remember correctly, 110,000 maybe, which is just mind-boggling to me. But yeah, those would probably be my two. Hate saying Wrigley because of the Cubs, but gotta respect the stadium.
History is history.
Yep.
So I have a couple. One stadium that's no longer here. I would have loved to go to the old Yankee Stadium. Obviously,
yeah.
The new one now is immaculate as well, but just so much history with that. But on the lines with that, I would say Fenway Park for me. I mean, just with the Green Monster and stuff like it, there's obviously so much history that's been played there. Camp Randall for me as well.
You've never been?
You've never been there?
I've never watched a Badger football game there before. Never. So Camp Randall would be the other one. Football, like another football. Like I'd love to go to like the AT&T Stadium, Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a good one.
I think that would be another cool spot.
That Las Vegas one right now too.
Yeah,
that looks nice.
Chargers, I think that brand new one looks pretty cool. SoFi.
Well, they share it with Chargers and Rams. But yeah, that one looks insane as well. But yeah, those would be if the old Yankee Stadium was around, I think that would be my number one.
Yeah. Okay. And just kind of feel Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera's presence, the Babes' presence. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So I got some.
Did you ever go to real quick? Did you ever go to a game at Matt? You probably don't even remember this. You were so little at Old County Stadium.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jake, did you ever go to a game at Old County Stadium, Jeremy?
I think so. I want to say the school would take a group. I don't know if it was still County Stadium or Miller Park at that point, though.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I forget. Matt, I don't think you were along. I think it was just me and Mom, maybe. But we went to the new right after they opened Miller. Well, sorry, it's not Miller Park anymore, but
AmFam.
But we like stuck around after the game just to watch like the roof like open and close. Like I don't know why. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this is so cool."
Well, you got to think that had to have been like the first one of its kind, right?
I don't know.
Or damn near.
One of them, yeah. No, one of them.
It had to have been.
Yeah.
But I remember just like it was a big deal that we like stuck around to watch that.
Watch the roof.
I've been taking some heat lately for not doing as much funny things at the end of our shows like we used to.
Fire it up, Jeremy.
A little more serious lately, I guess. I don't know what that means, but here's some funny question for you guys to think about. How many chickens you guys would you think would take to kill an elephant, a live elephant?
How many chickens?
How many chickens? How many chickens how many chickens do you need to take down a live elephant?
Is there an actual answer to this, or is this just a guess?
No, this is your opinion. Okay. What do you think?
1,000.
I'd say like 150.
150 chickens, man?
Yeah, I mean, you just poke out its eyes. You never know what can happen.
You think the chickens are going to know to go straight for the eyes?
Hey, you got to think, 100 chickens, that's a lot.
So we got 150 chickens. We got 150 chickens and we got 1,000 chickens. I got to say I'm a little closer with Mike on this one, but okay. What would be the funniest sport to have to play mandatory drunk or with a lot of alcohol in your system?
I mean, you can't say golf because I feel like every person has done that.
Yeah, probably more so than other ones.
Funniest, you said?
Funniest. Like,
it's got to be hockey.
You think hockey?
It's got to be trying to skate around on the ice and stuff like that.
Okay. What about second? What would be your close second?
Wow. Tampa Bay just won on a walk-off touchdown.
Oh, Buffalo came back, huh? Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Like, you can't stand up straight. You're trying to figure out how to stand, much less play sports.
I don't know if it'd be the funniest, but I think it'd be very, very hard. Would be like gymnastics.
Okay.
That would be extremely hard.
Yeah. Mike, what are you thinking?
This is hard. Soccer would be funny. Trying to
that would
kick a ball around. Probably soccer. Soccer and hockey.
Okay.
Or like baseball, if you're up to bat, that'd be pretty hard.
Okay.
Well, basketball would be.
Yeah, that's true.
If you could be, here's a sports one. It's not really funny. If you could be a fly on a wall for any coach in history, what would you pick? Who would you pick?
Oh.
Maybe save this one.
Man.
Maybe save this one.
Vince Lombardi, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say Vince Lombardi.
Okay.
That would have been unreal.
Yeah.
Even like a Coach K for like Duke basketball, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be good too. Last one. I already forgot it. Okay. If you could be in any movie, what movie would you be in?
Any movie?
Any movie. Don't think. Just say what comes to your mind when you think of a movie you want to be in.
James Bond.
I'd have to say like a Star Wars movie or something. Have those lightsabers.
We got some James Bond 007 action and lightsabers. I was thinking like Zootopia or something, like some cool little animated voice.
Just a voiceover?
Just a talking, like, I get to live as a giraffe, somebody tall, something that, like, I never got to live in real life. You know. So. But, Yeah, so I guess I mean we'll try to get Erik on.
Hey, I got one thing.
Yeah.
I know I said this a couple weeks ago, but there's actually a scoregami today.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay,
What game?
It was. It was the Kansas City game.
What was the score?
It was 48-9, if I remember right, or 49-9. Yeah, I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
Has there ever been a 3-2 game?
There had back in the day. There had when there was zero offense.
It was 48-9.
Okay. Scoregami.
So,
all right, yeah, we'll try to get Erik on next week. Hopefully, we have Mr. Christopher on board, but other than that, we'll have our little Christmas kind of episode as well. We'll have some Christmas themed questions, as well as a contest coming up. So pay attention to what we may post on that. And it may be related to next episode live. So other than that, guys, thank you for joining us and take care.
Have a good one.
See you guys.